All right, guys, we finally got this shit under control. September 7th, 2011.
You guys should see this on the 8th.
They're going to see it on the 8th, yeah. My
Get-
birthday.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, for all you people that were trying to wonder how old I am, yes, I am as old as Bernard Hopkins.
For all you people out there who haven't done your suicide pool picks yet, or keep them alive, or survivor pool picks, get them in before the game starts Thursday night.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Or it'll be over real quick.
For all the people that are in fantasy leagues, the ones that I play in, get ready to get your ass destroyed. And for all you people who have not gone over to uncutgear.com and looked at our shit after saying, when you guys going to get some fucking shirts, man?
What are we, so one?
I think 1.5, 2. I don't know. Who knows? Get your ass over to uncutgear.com and check out our shit. And give us some feedback. We actually had a couple people that gave us some feedback. It was good. Now, all the shout-outs are running in the background behind us because we can't keep up with you guys. Now,
hold on. Shouldn't we let it run for a second? Because
it's running right there, man.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, uncutgear.com.
Yes. Now,
huge news. Huge. We're going to start with UFC MMA news.
Yeah.
There is some extra MMA news that broke this morning. You'll be happy to know we're actually ahead of something for once.
Yes, which is a fucking very
But this ain't it.
Now, what we thought could possibly have happened, George and I, a while back, if you looked at one of our vids a while ago, we said, you know what, this whole Strikeforce, Alistair Overeem thing seems kind of funny. I think that they would probably be trying to get him into the UFC faster. And it appears that that is exactly what has happened.
Yep.
He has signed a multi-year, multi-fight deal.
Which, in all honesty, doesn't mean anything. Because
doesn't.
nothing's guaranteed in the UFC. You can get signed to a multi-fight deal, and Dana can be like, you're fired.
Yeah. But I think he will be facing Brock Lesnar, who had his second operation with diverticulitis. Please correct me if I said that wrong, because that is a tongue twister. If there's ever been a fucking tongue twister.
They said he's up in Canada, and he's training, and he's 100%.
He's 100%. So Alistair Overeem will slated to meet Brock Lesnar. Now, let's hope this fight happens, because it's still probably going to happen, what, in December?
December 30th.
December 30th.
It's going to be a Friday night card.
A Friday night card. Wow.
Because of New Year's.
So that's a long ways off. But I think this fight will have one of the biggest draws ever, because Alistair Overeem is very well known throughout the world in K1, Dream, and MMA. And Brock
Lesnar still has that WWF, WWE wrestling following.
So, I mean, you're going to see a huge amount of people tuning in to watch this fight. And it's exciting because everybody, a little over a year ago, everybody would want to have seen this fight. When Brock Lesnar was the champion, before Cain Velasquez beat him, and Overeem was just smashing people in K1, everybody wanted to see this fight, and they're going to get to see it in December. So, with all that being said, what do you think is going to happen?
I think Overeem's going to go right through him.
You do?
Yeah. Unless Lesnar has found the way not to defend a punch by doing this,
right.
I don't see how he can win this fight. I mean, he's going to go in and try to shoot and take him down. Now, I understand he's no Fabricio Verdum, and Overeem stuffed his shots.
Right.
And Lesnar's much bigger, much stronger, much faster. He might be able to get Overeem to the ground, and then he's got to hold him there and pound him.
Right.
I mean, it could be a Frank Mir type thing, but I I think Overeem's going to come out and kick him right upside his head.
I agree with you. We obviously want to see what you guys think, but I agree with George. I think the longer the fight would go, actually, I think it would favor Brock Lesnar. I mean, going to the ground and stuff like that if it stayed on the ground. I think if Overeem comes out and just connects with Lesnar a couple times, I think he'll overwhelm him. Because, I mean, now you're going to have a guy that's throwing feet up in your fucking head. Everything's flying towards you. And he just hasn't seen that style of fighter that's big, that lengthy. Now he's fighting somebody that, I mean, you know, Shane Carwin, smaller guy. I mean, Alistair Overeem is as big as Brock Lesnar, taller, lengthier, and great standing up.
It'll be interesting. Now, here's the question I have for all you folks out there. And I don't mean for our loyal fans who continue to watch and continue to give good feedback and make worthwhile comments. For you people who go, you guys know nothing about MMA, I think I figured it out. In other words, Kevin and I just expressed something, and it doesn't agree with your opinion, so that automatically means we know nothing.
Right.
Like, I got into an argument with a guy going, yeah, I train MMA. I'm like, no, you don't train MMA. You train in multiple disciplines that will allow you to fight in an MMA match.
Right.
So how does that, I mean, right there, you just proved that I know just as much as you do. But anyway, for all you people who want to leave comments, make them worthwhile, because Kevin and I, honestly, we read them all. Jimmy's a lurker. He reads them all and then laughs. And we have no problem commenting. So let us know how you see the Overeem-Lesnar fight going. Me personally, I don't see it going out of the first round.
Right.
I think Overeem's going to TKO him or knock him out unless Lesnar has shown better stand-up, because Cain destroyed him, and everyone out there raves about Overeem's stand-up.
And the thing is, you said before we even got on the camera this morning, is George was like, when Brock Lesnar started turning his back and stuff like this, you just cannot fucking do that shit. Not to a guy that all of a sudden, as you turn your back, he can take his foot and smack you upside your fucking head. That's going to pose a big problem for Lesnar. I mean, he could get KO'd fast.
Lesnar's got to come out immediately, maybe go fake like he's going to punch, and then shoot in for a double.
Now,
I just don't.
Yeah, the interesting thing was I do think with Lesnar, because he's so strong and he's great at taking people down, much different than what you would saw Verdum doing, getting stuffed by the bigger Overeem. I think that there's a shot that if he can get in there and take Overeem down and then start to control it from the ground, he could win, because Overeem's a big guy and he could get winded quick too because of all that damn muscle he has. Then you might see a different fight.
Here's something I could see happen. Lesnar goes in for a shot and Overeem kind of backpedals, and now he's pinned up against the cage. Well, if he can kind of move Brock to his center, hold him here, Muay Thai clinch, and knee the dog snot out of him.
Yeah.
That's another thing he's got to worry about, is just getting hit from so many different...
Does it hurt like when you get the dog snot kneed out of you? Because I've never done it.
You were a running back, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been hit so hard where you wake up and you see the flashes going off? That's the dog snot.
Yeah. Like in that movie, The Program, remember that? Hit him so hard he has snot bubbles.
Yeah.
Y'all remember
Latimer.
that shit? Latimer! That mug was crazy, short. He was a teen. Never mind, I'm getting carried away. Anyway.
Now, on to other big fights that have been announced. It turns out that Diego the Dream Sanchez broke his hand.
Right.
In steps in Josh Koscheck. And who is he fighting? Matt Hughes.
Now, real quick, do you like this fight better than the original fight? Diego Sanchez versus Hughes?
No, because I think Diego Sanchez and Matt Hughes were similar in size.
Right.
So I kind of had an idea what... I think it was a good fight because no one had, in my opinion, a distinct size advantage.
Right.
Now, Koscheck has the length, the speed, and I think I personally think he is stronger than Matt Hughes.
I think so, too. I know a lot of people say, because, just because Koscheck is more at his physical peak in strength at his age, and you start to decline in strength as you get a little bit older.
It depends,
unless
because
you're
those
Dan
folks
Henderson.
we found out who have started to decline have actually found they can supplement their testosterone, and they either go back up like this or stay even.
And then they take GH.
Maybe, and then go up a little bit. But no, Matt Hughes probably doesn't do that.
Right. Well, with the Josh Koscheck versus Matt Hughes bout, how do you see this going?
Last time we saw Koscheck, he got destroyed by GSP, but he has a humongous heart.
Right.
I see him keeping the distance, stuffing takedowns, and just peppering them.
Now, let me ask you, was it the last fight that Matt Hughes got just annihilated by BJ Penn? Was that his last fight?
I am not 100% sure.
I cannot remember, because
It's been a while.
I could be wrong, because we can't keep up with all these things, and people will be like, oh, you guys are not on top. Yeah, suck my dick. The bottom line is this. Please let me know, okay, was Matt Hughes' last outing the one where he just got annihilated by BJ Penn? Because I believe BJ Penn knocked him out in 21 seconds.
Well, with that said, how do you see what do you...
I can't see Matt Hughes beating Josh Koscheck right now. I mean, Matt Hughes is an incredible... Yeah, and he still is, but just not to where he was. But I think Koscheck is besides GSP, I think he's top of that class.
Yeah, I do too. I think Koscheck's a good number 2, a number 3.
Right.
The last time we saw Matt Hughes in the ring, it was against BJ Penn.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that was November 20th, 2010.
Right.
So it's almost a full year off for Matt Hughes, who I understand has a role, I think, similar to Chuck Liddell, where he goes around and endorses the sport, and he got beat in 21 seconds.
Right. But he's an incredible fighter. With all that being said, now let's move to...
Now here's a fight that does... it makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. The fight itself makes sense, but to be on an undercard where we potentially won't see it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Now he's talking about Ben Henderson versus Clay Guida. Now, for all you people that just heard me say Clay Guida, sit at your house alone and watch the shit. Stand up out of your chair and give Kevin White a standing ovation for saying that shit right. Clay Guida, even if you're watching it, Clay, give me a standing ovation.
And if you don't agree with it, look, we just said it just like Joe Rogan did at the weigh-ins, because we actually watched it. So for all you people who complain, it's Guida.
Call Joe and call all the other commentators that are fucking it up like us too.
Yeah.
Because it's Guida.
That's how Joe Rogan says it.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, my question is, why is this on... first off, I understand why it's on an undercard.
Right.
This is going to be on the November 12th Fox event.
Right.
To me, this is a fight you have to find 17... Because think about it. Cut out the ring intros. We don't need to see any of that.
Right.
5 minutes around, 3 rounds, a minute in between each. That's 17 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find 17 minutes out of this hour to show the fans this fight?
I think that they will. And I mean, I would hope that they will, because honestly, this lightweight bout, in my opinion, Henderson versus Guida, I think it is a more exciting fight. I think even though, because Henderson's new to UFC, I think a lot of people are going to want to see this more than Edgar versus Maynard.
Oh, I would.
I know I would. I mean, even though I think Edgar and Maynard have some incredible fights, I'd much rather see Ben Henderson fight Clay Guida, because I know that is going to be a good fight. Yeah. It's not going to be boring under any circumstances.
No.
Shit's going to be off the chain.
I think the biggest thing is how is Henderson going to deal with Guida's pressure? That I'm coming at you for 15 full minutes, and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, Guida's been training with Greg Jackson, so what we've seen a lot of is those late round takedowns, trying to get him on the mat, hold him out, grind him out, a la GSP. Can he get Ben Henderson down to the ground and hold him?
This is the thing. Now, if you look at who, obviously, Guida's thing is, hey, I beat the guy that beat you, meaning that he beat Pettis, who beat Henderson. And Henderson is also a good striker. He's good, but he is a crafty motherfucker on the ground too. Like, it is hard to submit Ben Henderson. I don't know how that guy snakes out of fucking holds, but he finds a way to get out of guillotine chokes, get out of arm bars. He gets out of fucking everything. He's slippery as shit. Unlike Pettis, and Pettis seemed like once he got to the ground, he got pretty much dominated by Guida.
But Guida just keeps on coming.
Yeah.
Like, you get no break. That's going to be 15 minutes of pure hell.
Now, with that pure hell that you think that he's going to bring towards Ben Henderson, how do you see the fight playing out, though?
I think Ben Henderson's going to beat him by submission.
Submission?
Mm-hmm. I think Ben Henderson's going to submit him.
I think he's going to TKO him.
When's the last time Clay Guida was TKO'd?
I don't know. It's been a long time, but I think you're going to see it.
All right.
I mean, and I like both these fighters, man.
Yeah, I think this is a great fight. And Fox, you have to get this on TV.
I am really high on the Blasian. I'm high as shit on the Blasian, man. I like that guy. Anyway, now.
So, who's going to win the fight? How do you see it going down?
Yeah.